Welcome to your Thursday, everyone. Glad you're with us. I'm Eric Connert.
I'm Stella Escobedo. We do want to start with Jenny, who has details on a fatal accident. It's already creating delays on a busy freeway, Jenny.
Yeah, good morning. So if you're just tuning in, this is what I've been mentioning, for the last 30 minutes or so. A person is actually confirmed dead after being hit by several cars on the northbound side of the 5. So what you're seeing is a live picture from one of our photographers. Again, north on the 5. This is right near National City, right before you hit the 15. This happened pretty early this morning, just after 4 o'clock. You can see we've got police, investigators, crews on the scene. They're blocking off those two far left lanes. So cars are still squeezing by on the northbound 5, but this is, as you can imagine, causing some big backup. So if you go to the maps here, I'll show you just how bad that delay is. You are down to single digits, 6 miles an hour on average. The delay stretches back all the way through Chula Vista, hitting that 54, all the way towards National City where that fatal happened. Again, this was a pedestrian that reportedly was hit by a few cars there. So we're seeing backups on that 54 as well. So if you look on the map, you can see the westbound 54 stretching back almost to about the 805 there. So difficult drive for you there. One more crash I do want to mention quickly is on the eastbound side of the 52, right before you hit Mass Boulevard. Right-hand shoulder's blocked, but this one not associated with any backups. Evan.
Yeah, let's take a look at the forecast for the day. It's going to be another hot one out there. We've got upper 90s in the forecast inland. The excessive heat warning that was upgraded from a watch, now a warning, has been extended through Sunday night. That's where the warm temperatures persist. Here's a look at your forecast highs. We'll go into deeper detail in this in just a few minutes, but 95 in Escondido, 96 for Ramona, Alpine, El Cajon. It'll be a toasty one, 10 in some cases 15 degrees above average. Find out when the cool down will be coming our way a few minutes out. Back to you.
Evan, thank you. Today marks a new push to get more San Diegans the COVID vaccine, especially in our Latino community.
They have felt the impact of this pandemic especially hard, and News 8's Allison Royal is live in Chula Vista with the new effort aimed at young adults. Good morning, Allison.
Good morning. So the name of this new effort is Andale, que esperas? So what are you waiting for? That is the message that San Ysidro Health has for young people, especially young Latinos living here in San Diego County. Take a listen.
A real and honest conversation about the COVID-19 vaccine can change your life.
Don't make a decision you'll regret. Protect yourself.
Protect your family. Ándale.
Ándale.
Ándale. Ándale.
Ándale. Ándale. ¿Qué esperas?
So quite a few andales in there, but that is a PSA for this new effort. San Ysidro Health is asking people, what are you waiting for? Its goal is to make vaccines accessible for young Latinos between the ages of 18 to 35. According to the CDC, 33% of Latinos are fully vaccinated nationwide, while 6.3% of Latinos in California are fully vaccinated, according to San Ysidro Health. The South Bay and its essential workers were hit pretty hard last year, earlier in the pandemic. A lot of essential workers who travel between Baja California and here, just a lot of different COVID infections and concerns that they had to keep an eye on. But this is an effort that is pretty well funded. Altamed Health Services is also contributing to this multi-million-dollar partnership. But you do not need $1 million to come down here later. No, this event kicks off at 10:30 here at Southwestern College in Chula Vista. It's free for anybody that wants to come down and get vaccinated, and you also don't need an appointment. While this event is focused on primarily young and Latino people, anybody can come on down and get vaccinated, or if they have any questions. So I'm going to go ahead and send it back to you, too.
Allison, thank you. This morning, the county is recommending everyone wear face coverings in indoor public settings, regardless of vaccination status. The CDC also supports this recommendation. Officials say individual safety measures like masks have been shown to reduce the spread of COVID and the Delta variant. Again, this is a recommendation, not a mandate. Well, the recall election is coming up fast here. We are less than 20 days away from Election Day. 4 recall candidates participated in another debate in Sacramento.
And for the first time, a Democrat joined the 3 Republicans on stage, including former San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulconer. News 8's Chris Groh joining us now with a recap. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Eric and Sel. Look, a lot of topics covered in this one. COVID-19, the state's water crisis, and even election security. The moderator asked the candidates if they would accept the election results. Here were their answers.
Yeah, I'm planning on winning, and I can't wait.
No doubt that this election has the scales have been tilted in favor of the incumbent here.
I will accept the results, but I'll make it clear that I don't want all mail ballots.
And look, this is the first time that we've seen a Democrat on stage. YouTuber Kevin Paffrath joined former San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulconer, Rancho Santa Fe businessman John Cox, and Assembly member Kevin Kiley. These candidates ramping things up with 19 days left until September 14th. Of course, this debate played the usual hitch, just at a stronger pace. There were shots fired at Governor Gavin Newsom as well as candidate Larry Elder, who continues to be a no-show at these debates. However, Pathrath did add something new to this mix with his unusual ideas. He assured voters he had a plan to remove every homeless person off the streets in 60 days. He proposed eliminating income taxes for those that make $250,000 or less, and he also had a unique idea when it came to solving the state's water crisis, a pipeline to the Mississippi River. Candidates were also asked about a statewide system to strip police officers of their badge if they broke the law.
I would consider exactly what you've just asked me.
There is room for criminal justice reform and police reform where appropriate.
I don't believe it should be run from the state down. I don't believe in top-down policies.
So that's a no on a statewide process.
No.
Okay.
And they're the most popular.
And look, as we've been saying, Larry Elder not at these debates. Well, former San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulconer continued to call out Elder by saying he's not fit for office and that Faulconer would do a better job for women in the workplace. When asked how, he promised to unveil that in the coming days. Eric and Stella.
Chris, thank you for that recall. Today, President Biden will meet with governors who are open to accepting refugees from Afghanistan. That includes here in California. Meantime, Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the U.S. will continue evacuations even with the military set to depart at the end of this month.
Let me be crystal clear about this. There is no deadline on our work to help any remaining American citizens who decide they want to leave to do so, along with the many Afghans who have stood by us over these many years.
And there are also new concerns this morning about a possible attack on Kabul's airport by an ISIS branch in Afghanistan. And this morning, at least one East County family is back home after being stranded in Afghanistan. There are still 5 local families trying to get out. 24 students and their families were visiting relatives when the Taliban took over. The Cajon Valley Union School District says they've been getting help from Congressman Darrell Issa's office.
Let's check in with Jenny now on this breaking news, this fatal pedestrian that's causing a big bag of this fatal pedestrian accident here.
Whoa.
Yeah, so what you're seeing is a live look from one of our photographers north on the 5 just before the 15. Big delays after a person was hit by a car. It happened just before 5 o'clock this morning. That's when it was reported. So again, one person confirmed dead after this crash. Northbound lanes near National City. This is right before you hit the 15. Police do say there was a person walking in the fast lane, and then they got hit by a car there. Several lanes, as you can see, are blocked off. We've got crews off to the side there. You know, cars are still able to pass by, so this is not a full closure. But as you can imagine, we've got some big backups north on the 5 and on the 54. So I want to go ahead from this live picture and just show you the map, just to kind of put it into perspective. Here it is. You can see that horrible delay already from there. So zooming in even further, that delay does stretch back to about Chula Vista, especially trying to cross that 54, 6 miles an hour on average. You can see it is impacting that 54 as well. So your westbound commute, your delay stretches back to nearly the 805 here. So very messy commute. But again, this is not a full closure. You are able to get by. You will just have to budget in a lot of extra time. Again, this happened just before 5 o'clock this morning. So investigation, cleanup, that still needs to happen. Crash-wise on the 52, there is one eastbound right before that exit to Mass Boulevard. This one also was reported not too long ago. Now, the good news is crews are off to the right-hand shoulder. I don't believe any major injuries are reported. I'm also not seeing any backups there on the 52. Speaking of backups, there are none up to the North County, nice and clear on the 7815. No crashes reported at 609. Evan.
Yeah, let's take a look at where we see those forecast high temperatures. All week long, we've been talking about the warm-up that's coming our way. The view outside shows the sun has started to make its way up, so we have cleared out of the darkness and let in some of the light. Still a slight marine layer active this morning and some wildfire haze to contend with. Air quality in the moderate range for the most part. Take a look at your forecast high temperatures. 83 degrees this afternoon along the coastline, 97 inland. Plenty of sunshine across the board, but again, we'll still see that little smoke haze layer out there. You can expect those temperatures to stay pretty consistent inland all the way through your deserts. For tomorrow afternoon, we'll cool down just a bit along your coastline, but 83 is still about 5 degrees above average. And for your inland valleys and your mountains, that is nearly 10 degrees above average. So where are we currently? If you walk out the door right now, you're at 66 in Carlsbad. Good morning to Del Mar at 64 degrees in San Diego, 69 all the way across the board from El Cajon through Alpine, 68 in Mount Laguna. Looking into the next couple hours, it is not going to take long for these temperatures to warm us up. That is because the sun is already out there. Marine layer not quite as active. That is much more shallow than days prior to today. So we will start to see that warm up take place relatively rapidly. You see how, in comparison to average for this time of year, we'll be above average. Record territory set back in 1981 at 92 degrees. Still above average for our rainfall totals this month, thanks to that rainstorm that came through at the very beginning of the month, 23 100ths. Sunset tonight, 7:20 p.m. Here's what we see. 24-hour temperature change on there, 2 degrees warmer almost across the board. In just a bit, we'll talk about what's going to come over the next couple days. More monsoonal moisture is back in the forecast. We've got a cooling trend on the way as well. Details in just a few minutes here at 6:10. Back to you.